Lincoln's new rock alternative 89X is on location.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Jack Dean Nutt Arena. And I know you guys are kind of shocked a little bit, but it's actually not for a basketball game or a volleyball game. It's actually for NAIA purposes, as, again, this Lynx team, or I shouldn't even say Lynx team, again, alongside me, though, just finally joining us up here is Mr. Adam Hoffman. He had a bathroom break. He had to run and get to it. I'm sorry. Oh, you didn't want me to say that on the air? I'm sorry. No. My fault. But again, Adam, great to be back up here with you as always. Again, what are we looking for into this evening, where the president and Mark Perdue, the new athletic director, is going to go on here and talk about a little bit of the NAIA?
You know, it's just really exciting. You know, just we're switching from the NJCAA to the NAIA, like you said. So, I mean, they're just going to kind of introduce us to the program and just hopefully get like a conference here soon. But we got to introduce the new athletic director too, so that'll be exciting.
And have much to talk about here. Again, we will have, like you said, the president come on here, Dr. David Gerlach, in just a little bit. He will be taking the mic as well, along with Mark Perdue, the new athletic director here for Lincoln College. And again, Lincoln College is trying to transition back into a 4-year program where we were once Lincoln College. We are now trying to get back to Lincoln University that we once were way back in the 1800s when the college first opened. But again, Adam, sitting here today a little bit, looking at what we kind of got planned. It looks like we're going to meet some of the teams here, but you and I went and talked to a few of the head coaches while we were waiting for this. And what were some of the things that you heard that you thought were interesting here on some of the coaches?
I mean, you know, they told us a lot about their season. I mean, some of the stuff that we didn't really know just because we don't broadcast the games.
True.
So hopefully we can start broadcasting more and more games as the years go on, just to get more recognition for each team that really needs to, not just basketball and volleyball that we have been calling.
No, I really like it. And like you said, you just hit on it. We are starting in the fall of 2018. Adam and I will be on the call for every sport possible here that we can, at least for all the home games, for all other sports other than men's and women's basketball, because we do travel with them. But again, that is our goal here. So, you know, we're right at the end of the school year. So we're already telling you our goals for next season. It's going to be, you know, us trying to get out to the baseball field, calling some of them games for Coach Thomas, trying to get out to the softball field, calling some of them games for their softball team as well. Again, even hitting a little bit of the volleyball as we saw in the fall, the guys as well. They were just national champions.
Yeah, the guys really need some recognition. I mean, they're not getting anything. I mean, like you guys, if you guys didn't know, we just won the national championship in guys volleyball. I mean, really, they need just a lot of support. I mean, they went, what was that record for them?
I think it was like 45 and 6.
45 and 6. Yeah, just unreal. I mean, we're going to see them real quick right here. They're going to bring the trophy out here. It'll be really exciting. So, I mean, just a lot of teams like soccer, I mean, softball, baseball. I mean, we might even maybe throw in like a wrestling mat. I mean, I don't really know how we could call it, but, I mean, just something.
I think we've touched on wrestling once, I believe, when they had one home match here. I believe it was last year. I think
at least like
we kind of
Live something or something. I mean,
right. We're always on Facebook Live.
It'll be all right. I mean, we just got to get pretty much as much as we can.
And that's the goal. Is we're trying to do as much as we can, because of the fact that not only does it help the college out as well, but and with families and having, you know, everybody wants to see their kids play, but it also helps us as well, because now we're getting more experience in another sport. So. Yep. Again, you know, it's just one of them things where it helps everybody.
It really does. I mean, like you said, we're getting more experience like that, and then maybe some of the other people that, like, can't make it to the game, they can listen, even though, you know, they might want to, and just they can't travel as far, and for a sport their kid plays, they can listen now.
Again, going to the microphone stand now, it will be Dr. David Gerlach. Hopefully he has some wise words here for us this afternoon, as we will see what kind of goes on. Looks like we have a video first, so I guess we're going to continue to keep talking throughout that. But again, though, Adam, you got to like what you're seeing here. The president's taking a lot of big steps in the right direction, getting us from a 2-year college to a 4-year university. Our program, our radio, TV, and multimedia program is a 4-year program, so we are allowed to stay 4 years. But again, we'll have some of these other programs that come in, and let's see what David Gerlach has to say here.
Welcome, Lynx. Welcome. Welcome. Woo! I'd like to welcome a few particular individuals. First, my lovely wife is over here. Lisa, wave. We might have some politicians, local city leaders. I know we have some trustees. Trustees, wave for us. Some folks over here, former trustees. Faculty and staff, stand up. Students, stand up. Student athletes, stand up. Lincoln College has had a long and proud history and great athletic prowess. We were founded in 1865 when we offered bachelor and master degrees. Where we offered bachelor and master's degrees for our first 65 years. We were a founding member of the Little 19 Athletic Conference, competing against Illinois Wesleyan, Normal, Eureka, Bradley, just to name a few. From our Lincoln College, the namesake book, I'd like to read you a quote. At the end of the 1928-29 season, Lincoln College was officially dismissed from the Little 19 Conference. Coach Wolblin resigned due to dropping football from our athletic program, and a few years of honorable competition had turned to ashes. Football was ended. Basketball and baseball had calamitous campaigns. The school had been relegated to junior status. Nothing was left, not even a coach. That's so sad. We have had an outstanding run in the NJCAA, the National Junior Collegiate Athletic Association, including a number of national championships. A big hand for our run in the NJCAA. Three years ago, we set out to go back to our roots, headed towards Lincoln University. We added 8 bachelor degrees: business management, sport management, criminal justice, radio, TV, new media, exercise science, conservation biology, vocal performance, and community and human services added to our jazz and theater. A big hand for those degrees. We enhanced our student life programming. We created a student government. We boosted our clubs and campus organizations. We increased our marketing and our image. Today, we are the most affordable private four-year college in Illinois, comparable to public four-year colleges. A big hand for affordability. 3 years ago, I challenged our athletic department to move us from 2-year athletics to 4-year athletics. A task force was created. A detailed review and analysis and a strategic report was produced. Application for acceptance was submitted. I am proud to announce that Lincoln College has been accepted into the National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics. Where we will again compete at the 4-year level. Here's to athletic competition at the highest level. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I would like to thank the NAIA team, Vice President Susan Bowler. Susan is here somewhere. Particular thanks to the strategic planning team of Dave Clem, Carol Wilson, Jacob Harnicky, Greg Kindle, Pat Lepper, Jeff Nelson, and Karen Wright. Big hand to them. To our Board of Trustees, to the members who particularly carried us through, Dave Clem, our former athletic director, and Mark Perdue, our current athletic director, a hand to them. And a big hand to all of our coaches. They will be introduced in a minute, but a big hand to the coaches. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you Mark Perdue, our new athletic director. Mark comes with us with a master's degree in physical education from Marshall University, where he also received his bachelor degree. Since 2011, Perdue has been the athletic director of Asbury University in Kentucky, an NAIA college. Prior to that, he was the athletic director at Spartanburg Methodist College in South Carolina, a National Junior Athletic Association college. Mark brings 28 years of outstanding athletic administration, leadership, and management to Lincoln College. A grand welcome for your new athletic director, Mark Perdue.
Let's watch this video real quick.
Right now, really, we're watching just a quick video kind of going on about the president just introduced our new athletic director, Mark Perdue. Adam, so far so good. You like him already?
Yeah, I really like him. We had a chance to meet him earlier. He really seems like he knows what he's talking about. I mean, it's really exciting to get a new athletic director in here after Clem left. So, I mean, really, he seems like a great guy. Seems like the right guy for the job.
Well, let's see what he has to say.
It pleases me to be your new AD here at Lincoln College and to move into the next chapter of Lincoln athletics. I have been fortunate enough to be at the NJCAA level at Spartanburg and to participate in championship events with Spartanburg. I have been at Asbury University and was able to participate with those teams in championship events as well. So my expectations here at Lincoln is to attend championship events with Lincoln as well, whether soccer, softball, volleyball, golf, whatever. I expect that to occur. It's going to take time moving from a 2-year to a 4-year school. But you guys have such a great foundation already in place to come here with 17 sports, to have as many athletes as we have here, to be successful already. My job's easy. It's going to be you guys who are going to turn the page and write the next words on this chapter of success for Lincoln College. And Dave, I haven't even met Dave yet, but I appreciate everything he's done up to this point. And I thank the committee for moving the school into the NAIA. I'm sort of on the coattails now. I get the rah as far as being announced and sitting at a meeting yesterday and having Lincoln College the logo pop up and then having me stand up and take the applause of the association. That really invigorated me and has given me a lot of energy to be here, to write this next chapter with you. Winning is very important. And when I was interviewed here, winning, we did talk about that. And you guys want to win. You're athletes. It's in your DNA to win. But we are not going to let that winning define who we are. We are going to let the Champion of Character initiative define who we are at Lincoln. And I want to show a short video on this. And this is one of the greatest things I think the NAIA has to offer is the Champion of Characters initiative. So, if Mark, could you show me that video real quick of Champions of Character? Watch real closely. I'm going to give you a little quiz after this too, so make sure you watch this closely.
At a time when sports are heading in the wrong direction, the NAIA is changing the culture of sport. Through the Champions of Character program, with the support of Buffalo Fund, our college students are learning character traits that change behavior, and they're bringing the message to coaches, parents, and teams nationwide. Visit NAIA.org and learn how your team can become champions of character.
Thanks, Mark. So the Champion of Character initiative is something the NAIA started years ago. And you'll hear this constantly when we have contests, when we have sporting events. You'll hear a Champion of Characters preview talked. You'll see signs. You'll do activities throughout the year, community activities, mission activities, activities with your teams. But what we look at with those 5 levels of Champions of Character, what are they again? Name one of them. Someone name one of the 5 characters. What was it? Respect, responsibility, sportsmanship, integrity, and what was the last one? Servant leadership. Servant leadership. Those will be what we are defined here at Lincoln. And winning. I don't want to forget about winning. We want to be fierce competitors, and our coaches want to win too. So it is a privilege for me to be here. I thank you guys for coming this afternoon and being part of this event. And again, a part of the next 2, 3, 10 years and down the road as far as going to the NAIA. I want to introduce our coaches, my team. Okay, all of you guys are my team, but my immediate team are my coaches. They're all lined up here on Criminals Row over here. But the first coach I want to introduce is Mark Tippett, coming off a national championship. So, Mark, come on up and introduce your team. Let's give them a hand.
Thank you. Thank you, Mark. We are really excited about the season that we had and the finish at Nationals. Could not be more pleased with how it turned out. Want to give some big thanks to the administration and for the support our program has received and for helping us to go to Nationals and represent the school as well as we did. Let's go ahead and introduce some members of our team. I want to start with our fantastic, outstanding assistant coach, Candace Company. Then I'd like to bring up the members of the Lincoln College B team who represented us at the Division III tournament. If they could stand up and come out forward. Guys, go ahead and come on up. B group competed in the Division III tournament. Out of 48 teams, they took 5th place. It was an outstanding run. Placed 2 members on the all-tournament team. Kyle Murphy, who's unable to be here today because he's ill, made 2nd team all-conference or all-tournament. And Will Moore, honorable mention. And I'd like to bring up the members of the Lincoln College A team who won the Division II National Championship. Hold on to that for me. These guys had an outstanding run. They were 4-time tournament champions this year and 1 runner-up. So they finished 1st or 2nd in every event they entered. Came into the national tournament ranked 2nd and went a perfect 9-0. Defeated the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire in the championship match in 3 exciting sets and could not be more proud of how they played. We did have several members all over the all-tournament team. Honorable mentions were earned by freshman Ramon Matos and junior Brian Oriana. Second team all-tournament members, freshman Jonathan Vargas and junior Deantrius Coleman. First team all-tournament, junior Charles Carter. That was year sophomore. Sorry, that's why I got confused. Sophomore. And our tournament MVP was our freshman Yodiel Pavimero. Once again, thanks to school for support we received, and we really just had a great time. Thanks.
Yeah, I have to say, this is my first venture with a men's volleyball team. Man, you guys get rowdy. You know, this is a rowdy team. wasn't experiencing that, so that was fun. You guys have fun. You represent Lincoln very well, and hopefully you'll represent us well as we move into a new chapter. So thanks for everything. Let's introduce our coaches. I want to start off with our baseball team, Tony Thomas. Have the baseball team stand up as your coach comes. Just stand up, baseball team. Stand up, baseball team. Our cheerleading team, Miss Bridget Thomas. Come on out, Bridget. Our men's and women's cross country and track, Brian Heron. Come on out, Brian. It's a track team here. Stand up, please. And our men's and women's swimming and diving team, Jonathan Jordan, please come out. Our men's basketball team, Pat Lepper, please come out to the stage here. Basketball team here, please stand, support your coach. Men's soccer, Ben Messina, come on out. Soccer team, are you here? Yes. Our women's softball team, Tara Morris, come on out. And our new head coach for the 2018-19 season, Boyd Nowicki, please come on out. I would like at this time to really thank Tara for stepping in and continuing the program this spring. She's done a great job despite the weather. I know it's been terrible, but she has done a great job for that. Let's give Tara another round of applause. Our men's and women's golf coach, Carol Wilson. Come on out, Carol. Golfers, are you here? There you are. Our women's basketball team, Coach Matt Ververo. Come on out, Matt. Our women's soccer coach, Frank Equez. Come on out, Frank. I'm not sure if our wrestling coach, we have a new wrestling coach for next year as well. He's already started, Jordan Bakley. I'm not sure if he's here or not. Any wrestlers here? Stand up. We got a couple there. Hey. Well, this is my team. This is the guys that are going to lead us into the NAIA. It's going to take a group effort. Women's volleyball. Oh, I already introduced him. Oh, the women. The women's volleyball. Please stand up, women. Mark Tippett. So this is our team. This is my team that I'm going to work day in and day out, moving us into a positive direction with the NAIA. And it's going to take a team effort. That's one thing when I came here. It's going to take team effort from these guys here as a coaching staff, from student athletes performing, volunteering, grabbing the Champions of Character initiatives and really taking them serious. Our registrar, our FAR, it's a faculty athletic rep, our faculty. This is going to be a group effort for us to be successful at the NAIA level, and I'm really excited to lead us in that direction. I think Dr. Gerlach has some closing remarks, and we'll get out of here and maybe throw out a couple T-shirts before you leave, okay? Oh, Jordan's here. When did you sneak in, Jordan? Jordan Bakley. Let's give him a hand. He's our new wrestling coach.
Nice job. So, women's volleyball team, just because I want to give you some love, stand up. You felt dissed on that last one. Stand up, ladies. So your athletic director is going to be pressing you hard, and so are your coaches on the Champions of Character. I want you to bring some more of these home. I want you to bring some more of these home. Thank you so much for coming. This is the beginning of the next 152 years for this college. You all are blazing the trail for Lincoln College. At some point, we will change our name when we add some master's degrees. We will change our name likely back to what our charter says we are, Lincoln University. I want you all to think back to this day, 10 or 15 years when you're coming back for alumni weekend. You were a part of this transition. Give yourself another hand. We got some cheerleaders. We got some T-shirts. Here we go. Give some T-shirts away.
All right. Welcome back, guys. Adam Hoffman, Nick Jackson here with you this afternoon as we again come to you guys live from the Jack Dean Arena. They're throwing out T-shirts right now. Mr. Hoffman's trying to get one.
I need one.
Again, Adam, going back to what we heard from President Gerlach and now our new athletic director, Mark Perdue, kind of seemed like
guys
maybe
are dismissed.
You liked what you heard, or maybe you had a little questions. What did you think?
I mean, I'm really excited about this. I mean, Mark Perdue, he wants us to be a winning program. I mean, definitely, but he really focused on, like, the mindset of the champion, like the respect, the sportsmanship. I really like that, how he doesn't really, yes, he cares about winning, but it's not all about winning. You got to be respectful through that whole thing, and I really think that's it really is a good thing to go forward when we're switching to NAIA.
No, you're exactly right. And like you said, you and I ended up going around talking to some of these coaches here for a little bit. So kind of tell me what your thoughts and kind of what you heard from some of the coaches here and your thoughts.
I mean, really, all the teams we talked to, I mean, they have a lot of returning people. And, I mean, I'm really excited to be a Lynx here. We have new athletic director Mark Perdue joining us up here. I mean, do you have anything to say?
I'm excited.
I am too.
I hope this school is excited, and as our president being here and showing his excitement and his support, it's going to be a team effort. It's not just going to be the AD. It's got to be coaches. It's got to be, like I said, the student athletes. I know a lot of the student athletes right now are feeling like, I wish I could be here 4 years from now.
Right.
But they're at the ground level. They're at the foundation level. So they're going to come back here, and like the Dr. Gerlach said, 10 years, and they're going to see a totally transformed athletic department here, I hope. It's going to show, this place is going to blow up. I mean, the school, the enrollment's going to increase. through athletics, and not only through athletics, I think it's going to increase, but just the regular student seeing what we're doing here in Lincoln with athletics, and I think that people want to be a part of that.
Now, touching on your video here a little bit, the pillars, I mean, how important is it going to be to stress that importance enough to make sure that not only the coaches follow those pillars, but the student athletes as well?
The NAIA has many different types of initiatives that they can do with those, a lot of academies, a lot of online training. We will have a coaches liaison, a champion of characters coaches liaison that'll sort of oversee all the programs that we'll do here in the community. And each year we are able to list everything that we do. I mean, if we go to a school and read and have a reading program, or if we do some sort of community cleanup, or if we go on mission trips, I would love to take a group of student athletes to Puerto Rico or to the Dominican Republic on an every other year type of mission trip. I've been part of missions here in the States with athletic teams and in Puerto Rico and different areas. I want to start that here.
Again, you touched on community service. You're trying to get Lincoln College back into the Lincoln community.
Exactly.
There's been a divided line there, as it seems like, it feels like anyway, over time.
Yeah.
What are some activities do you think maybe you can have these student athletes start doing now in the community by themselves, off on their own? How can they get involved?
I think we can start in getting athletes into the school systems, into the public schools and some of the high schools, and especially the elementary schools, and maybe start some mentorship programs with young children that just need a big brother or a big sister.
Sure.
So I think that's something that we can start right away. I think we can start with some of the civic groups here in the city and start volunteering with them and helping them do some of their initiatives throughout the year. So I think it's an open box. I mean, there's so much that we can do in this community, and I think Lincoln needs to be a part of that community because we're a vital part of this community.
You're exactly right. People see this college. It's I know there's Lincoln Christian University, but people mostly look at Lincoln College as this is their town.
Yeah.
And, we get so many people that come in and out of, that are not from Lincoln, that they just don't know how the Lincoln community reacts or acts. And can you, besides, touching up on what you just talked about there a little bit, but what else can student athletes be getting into and involved in besides just the community side of things? What else do you think maybe they can do on their own time, like maybe in their dorm room, if something along the lines that they're helping, even though they don't feel like they're helping?
I think what they need to do is just really integrate into the population and enrollment of and support everyone, not just support athletics. You see a lot of athletes support athletes, and that's very easy to do. But what we want is athletes and student athletes to support music majors. And if there's a play on campus, or if there's something that, the regular enrollee or student is doing, we want to be able to support that. So I think that's what we can do. So to provide that integration where there's not a divide between student athletes and just students, I think is important that our student athletes have to take the initiative to do that.
And you hit it right there. The students have to take the initiative,
yes,
not the coaches.
No.
One quick question, one last question for you, should I say.
Okay.
We talked about it a little bit earlier, stopped you in the hallway, but former golfer, former head coach of a golf team.
Yes.
What can we look for maybe in the upcoming for the recruitment for a new head coach?
We've got a position open right now. We're working on making some of our positions full-time. I'm not sure if golf would be a full-time position. Sure. It would probably be maybe a full-time position if we're over both men and women, and maybe have a strong assistant to help both programs. So I think that's probably what we're heading towards. So, again, it's just the right place, right time for that certain person that's in the community that wants to come out and be part of Lincoln College and part of the golf program, and we'll find that person.
And we can't wait. Again, I know the men's golf team's excited. As always, again, thank you,
Yep.
Mark. for coming up here. Again, Mark Perdue, everybody, the athletic director, your new athletic director here at Lincoln College. Again, hopefully we'll see a men's golf coach real soon.
Okay, thanks.
No problem. Thank you. Again, everybody, once again, that was Mark Perdue, the athletic director. Now we are heading over, switching roles. We have the president, Dr. David Gerlach, here with us. And again, Gerlach, it was your show, so how do you think it went?
I thought it was fantastic. We had a great audience. I thought there was good energy. The videos were great. Only if national CBS was here or CBS Radio, I guess, was here, it would have been any better. So I was very pleased.
Well, that's why you got us, right?
That's right.
That's why we're here.
You guys are going to push this out all over the place. It's going to be fantastic.
Again, let's back to the NAIA thing, though. You talked about winning. You really want to win, but you also said you want the school and the athletic department to kind of come together a little bit. Can you talk us through a little bit and how exactly what you meant by that?
Well, what I liked about Mark Perdue, our new athletic director's comments, when he introduced his team, sports is clearly about developing that team, that esprit de corps. And Mark, I think, is focused on being the coach of the coaches. And if we can do some strong recruiting, if we can do some good student development as a part of each of our athletic teams, I think you'll see even greater winning, and I think you'll see even greater student success. You know that athletes they graduate at a higher percentage. They have higher GPAs than non-athletes. Right now we have about 30% of our students who are student athletes. I'd like to see that closer to 45%. I'd like to see us grow our overall athletes on campus because they're connected, they're involved, they've got a mentor, they've got somebody that's focused on their growth. And so I want us to win. I want us to develop young people. I want us to be able to expand our opportunities and students' involvement in what goes on campus.
And that sounds like it looks like it's heading in the right direction with Mark Perdue, again, athletic director, newly hired here by Dr. David Gerlach. Again, though, I almost said coach.
Coach.
President.
Well, whatever. I'll be coach for this interview.
Sure.
That'd be great.
Okay, coach. But are we going to see, now that we're going NAIA, some more sports coming into the picture, or are we going to stay with the same that we have now?
I am open to the possibility of expanding our opportunities. One of the more exciting programs that I heard about, I was unaware of that it was so big, is bowling. Right. Bowling is huge in collegiate athletics.
It is.
Another initiative that was interesting at the national convention for me was esports, and not sure if you're familiar with esports, but it's gaming, and it's huge. Under the NAIA is the NACE, N-A-C-E. NACE is the National Association of Collegiate Esports, and I'm open to bringing esports here on campus. If I can find a champion, somebody that would lead us in this initiative, getting a championship, I'll call it a lab. It's an enhanced computer lab, but esports is huge right now across athletics. So it received some interesting reaction to the traditional coaches in the NAIA National Convention because esports, sports, it's a little different, but to me, it's about student engagement. It's about excitement. It's about winning. They talked about these national tournaments when they fill arenas and students are playing down in arenas nationally. So bowling, I certainly would like to see our men's volleyball move into the NAIA from club sports. I'm open to anything that our coaches will lead. One of the initiatives that I think may happen next fall is some junior varsity teams. We've talked about basketball, men's basketball at the junior varsity level. We've talked about a few other sports at the JV level. So we'll see. Sky's the limit in my mind. It is about us reaching our enrollment goals and growing. And so as a college, We need to grow naturally, and I'd love to see more athletes. I'd love to see more students here in Lincoln.
Again, can't wait. So much to be excited for if you're a Lynx fan here. New athletic director. Seems like a new vibe around campus now that we're moving into that 4-year program, and that will start in the fall.
It'll start in the fall. We'll be not in a conference. Our next challenge is getting into a conference. And so right now we have 2 options, I think, in front of us. We have the Chicagoland Conference to the north, and we have the American Midwest Conference to the west and south. And one of them is really hungry after us. The other one we'll have to wait and see. One would, I think, be better for our athletes and their families. The other one might be better that we could do some more winning in. And so I'll just leave it that way. Don't want to get in trouble as we move forward. And so, but getting into a conference is key. And to your point about the excitement and enthusiasm, I was a part of a campus that went from junior college athletics to the NAIA. Ultimately, they moved into the NCAA after about 10-year run in the NAIA. And this is the exclamation point on Lincoln College becoming a baccalaureate granting college. This is it. People ask, are you a 4-year college? Well, what they're really asking is, do you participate in 4-year athletics? And so to me, this is the exclamation point. This says that we are here. We're serious. We are serious about giving our students 4 years of competition and growth. And I mean, imagine in your broadcasting career that you've had your incredibly successful broadcasting career here. Now you know these players. You've known them for 3 or 4 years, and you're not just reporting on what you're seeing today. You're reporting on their progression, their growth. You have a listening audience that has stayed with you now for 3-4 years, and so I think all around it's just going to be fantastic for the college.
I think it will be, and like you said, we walk around, I get to see him every day, talk to him. It's almost like I get a little insight without being sticking a microphone.
Without being creepy?
Yeah.
No, that's good.
Just a little bit. But I really appreciate your time, Dr. David Gerlach. Again, you got to be excited about going 4 years. I mean, it's been your goal since you got here.
Absolutely.
Since I met you in the summer. We both came here together at the same time.
We came here together. You gave me that 6 o'clock interview on your show that you had, and I wasn't awake, but you got me all excited, and so I couldn't be happier about where we're headed. So, Nick, thank you so much for interviewing me.
Well, thank you, Mr. David Gerlach, our president of Lincoln College. Again, thank you so much for everybody for tuning in here today. We are now officially a 4-year program here. Adam, any last thoughts here as we move to the 4-year program? Anything that you would like to see maybe change a little bit, or anything that you heard today that you liked looking forward? What's your thoughts?
I mean, it's really exciting that we're moving here. I like the idea of the bowling team. I might have to try out for that one.
Oh yeah, me too.
I mean,
even the gaming, that might be me.
Yeah, it's just really fun. I mean, this whole assembly thing that we had here was exciting. Hopefully people listen to it. I mean, it's really, if you weren't able to be here, hopefully you listened.
Again, like you said, it had a lot of great words in it. But again, talking to some of these coaches and teams that we heard a little bit, what was one coach that you really liked talking to the most, that you really thought could bring the most energy to a team in the fall?
I mean, I really think it's Coach Messina for soccer. I mean, we went in there and asked him, and he's like, we're winning the championship or it's a bad year for us. He's like, we can go 1-20 and win a championship. That's success. But if we go 20-0 and lose, it's not a successful season. I think that's really the right attitude that you need. So
it was a little intimidating walking into his office.
He's
when
a very
he said
intimidating guy. I mean, I'm kind of got me more excited to call a soccer game. Maybe he's a really intense coach, and I think that's really the energy that soccer team needs.
That was a good pick. Again, Messina does have 15 players returning, also has 7 recruits coming in already, and from moving from NJCAA to the NAIA, he will actually now have a full team, doesn't have to have any more scholarships limited or anything. So look for them to be pretty good in the upcoming future. Mine was actually, though, softball. I like the Boyd Nowicki. He kind of sounded, he's former head coach at Robert Morris University in Springfield.
Very successful coach.
Very successful coach down over there. Again, when we talked to him, he said it was going to be a growing process. So like you heard from Coach Mark Perdue, or the athletic director, Mark Perdue, as well. I mean, you heard it's a process. This is going to be a process. This is going to take some time. So we have to let that kind of fill out.
Yeah, and also, I mean, talking to Lep, I mean, some of the guys that we might not thought would come back, like Trayvon Tyler. I mean, he's coming back. I mean, we got some guys coming in from other schools that we've played. I mean, coming in next year just because we're going 4 years. So, I mean, it's really exciting. We're going to get some new faces on pretty much every team, basically. I mean, golf team alone, I think we got 5 or 6 guys coming in, which is good. We're actually going to have a full team. So it's just really exciting that we're moving, transitioning to an NAIA school. So hopefully it works out for us.
Yeah, I hope so, too. Again, so soccer was your pick. I went with softball. We'll see how they work out in the fall. Again, more action for Lincoln College sports coming your way here on 89X for the fall as well. We are going to cover men's and women's volleyball, men's and women's soccer, softball, baseball, men's and women's basketball as well. Hopefully we'll get some insight on swimming and diving, cross country as well, track. Who knows? More information coming along the way on your only station here in Lincoln, 88.9 FM, WLNX. That's the only one that you need to be listening to. But again, that's going to do it all here for us today in the Jack Dean Nutt Arena. Thank you so much for listening. As always, again, alongside me, Adam Hoffman, I'm Nick Jackson. Thank you, Dylan Deemert, for engineering back at the station. Alongside me, again, Adam Hoffman, I'm Nick Jackson. Thank you, Malone, for, again, being the producer of this show. And we will see you guys next time. Again, you guys are listening to Lincoln. I guess I don't even need to see the college basketball. Wow. I guess it'd be interesting. You're listening to Lincoln's New Rock Alternative right here on 89X.